Hello, what's up guys, I hope you're all good. Welcome to our series of learning digital art. Last time we learned about the device you need and the software that we will use. We got to know 4 brushes that we'll be using most of the time, and also we learned about the layers and lock layers function. That was the beginner's lesson, and I hope that you have practiced too, because the purpose of this series is to provide you with guidance and information in your journey to becoming a professional artist, even if you start from scratch. So if you have practiced, I can assure you that this video will be much more beneficial for you than somebody who has not practiced. Because if you are drawing on a graphics tablet, you might have a hard time figuring it out for the first 3 to 4 days. That's totally normal because your pen and the image are in different places. I also struggled with this a lot, but when you practice, your brain gets used to it, and with time you will start to feel way more easy with it. You know, it's just like learning to type without looking at your keyboard. At first you keep looking down, but after some time your fingers move on their own. So today I have brought some new things to learn, as we've had a practice phase and now we want to actually create something, right? So let's start. We will draw Steven today. I bet you're already familiar with the guy. I know he's not anime, but we always move from simple to complex, don't we? So first of all we will draw a rough sketch, and for that let's take the inking pen. Here's a very interesting feature. This thing over here is called brush plug. You can use it to adjust the stroke of your brush without wasting time. To change the size of your pen, drag left to right, and to change opacity, drag it up and down. Now let's take a small size, as it's just a rough sketch. Now let's draw a final neat sketch. Take a bigger size. As you can see here, we have to use neat strokes, and that's exactly why I keep asking you to practice. Before I continue, I will lower the opacity of the layer beneath so that I can see the neat sketch clearly. Opacity means the transparency of something. You don't have to worry if your strokes are not perfect, because that's where the predictive stroke comes in. This is a very useful feature because it fixes up all your ziggy-zaggy strokes. Like here, my brush is not really going the way I want it to, and when I turn on the predictive stroke, my stroke is automatically stabilized. Now that we're done with our outline, let's color it up. We have 3 ways to color our picture. Number 1. You can just take this paint tool and select the color you want and fill the empty spaces. Although it's the quickest way, but in this case, as the color and the outline are on the same layer, so adding details can be a little draining. Number 2. This one is a real time saver. See the select tool over here, click on it and take this magic wand tool. It selects the empty space enclosed by a boundary like this. Now we have selected the area inside which we are going to work. You can select paint, remember to take a new layer, and voila! Now you have added color to his t-shirt and it's exactly in the shape of the selected area, and you can freely add whatever details you want. Number 3. Sometimes when working with very small areas, the select tool leaves some empty space. So here we can simply select our brush tool and color freehand. For coloring in large spaces, we will use the ink brush. It has a stroke. Number 3. Sometimes when working with very small areas, the select tool leaves some empty space. So here we can simply select our brush tool and color freehand. Let's color up the rest of Steven and make sure that the outline is on the top of all the color layers. Now it's time to add the details, as we have each color on a separate layer, so we can add shade in no time. Now you can see that the trouble we took earlier of selecting the area and making a new layer was really worth it. Now you're probably starting to notice that as we add in more shades, it starts to look more professional and realistic. We're almost done, and for our final touch, let's add a new layer at the bottom and make a beautiful background. For this we will take our airbrush and make it a bigger size and spray. Woo! Let's add another hue. For each hill, I am taking a new layer. Complete. Let's take a look at it. It's nice, isn't it? If I was able to help you today, please consider dropping a like, and also I've seen that many people do watch the video but they forget to subscribe. For that matter, I would just like to say that it's a token of appreciation and that it will really mean a lot to me. And also it will help me to make new videos for you guys with greater enthusiasm. So please click the red button below, it's just one click away. Well, I guess that's all I've got for today. So thank you so much for watching. Meet you in the next video, my dear artists.